Hello, my name is Kyla, and today I'm going to be looking at two different quotes from the book Dealing with People You Can't Stand. Um, Although that both of these quotes are from different parts of the book, they're related in many different ways. One of my quotes is from Changing the Way You Talk, and the other one is from Appreciating Criticism, which are both linked together to show the aspect of self-respect and walking away and strength. And these things can also help toxic relationships. Okay. So we've all heard the saying, haters are going to hate, but sometimes in reality, the hating can really affect us because naturally we're all sensitive in our own ways. It can affect the way we talk about ourselves and the way we take other people's criticism. Sometimes the best thing to do is realizing that putting your energy out to people who don't agree with you or want to bring you down or who are toxic people, it's not worth it to keep them in your life, and it's important to change the way you talk about yourself and talk to others and appreciate even the annoying things that people say to you, which I'm sure happens a lot because it does to me. Okay. So my first quote is, whether or not you like the situation, your opinion of it won't really change much of anything, except the way you feel. So instead of making a big deal out of the facts that you don't like, you might as well take a deep breath and say, oh well, and drop your opinion. Let it go and then go on from there. This was on page 79. And the concept is kind of acceptance, changing the way you talk to yourself, calming yourself down, taking a deep breath and move on, because sometimes that's the best thing to do. This topic is really important to me and it plays a big role in my life. I think it's really hard for people to understand that sometimes it's not worth to argue or fight because what has already happened is irreversible. You can't change it, and sometimes it's not worth changing other people's opinions. An example of this is me and my friend were arguing, having a stupid argument about what different types of exercises do what when you're working out, trying to lose weight. We didn't agree with each other's opinions, and it wasn't worth risking a relationship over or arguing over. So I took a deep breath and agreed to disagree. I moved on, and her opinion was not going to change, and neither was mine. So it was more beneficial for both of us to just move on and just let it go and walk away. It's really important for our mental health in our relationship not to argue and just be okay with being wrong, that kind of stuff. Excuse my dog whining in the background. So sometimes I feel myself getting caught up in arguments because I don't agree with other people, and I've realized that you're never going to agree with everybody, and you just need to accept it. So acceptance is also one of the concepts. My next quote was on page 70, and it was, verbally appreciate the criticism as a way of ending it. No defense, no explanation, no justification. A simple thanks is all that it takes, and it is over. This quote I think is really important because I know me personally, I get offended by a lot of things, and I'm very sensitive, and I know a lot of other people are. And it is hard to just walk away, but the concept of it is not to let other people bring you down and just let it go. And it's really hard, but in the long run, it is very helpful. And it also turns around. So when you feel like maybe you're going to criticize somebody, maybe it's not worth it. This happens to me at work. I work at a hospital, and we get a lot of confused patients who don't think you know what you're doing, maybe, and so they criticize you. And obviously I would never speak back to a patient or a coworker, so it's easier for me to let it go, but I think it's harder to let things go when it's somebody who you love or somebody in your personal life because you take it personally. I think this can really, as well, improve relationships, being able to let things go. And yeah. So this quote is not in the book, but I think it kind of describes the concept that both quotes are proving. Sometimes you have to be the bigger person and walk away. Some people are just not worth the effort of getting angry. It's hard not to get caught up in the moment, but it's better to be mature and move on as well, just like the last quote. And how are they connected? As I talked about in the beginning, both of these quotes to me mean focusing on letting people do whatever they want and having the attitude that it's not going to bring you down. And therefore, both of these things, if done right, can lead to a happier and more positive life. In conclusion, everybody's going to have something to say about everything you do, everybody. It's human nature to nitpick everybody's every move, especially when it's somebody you love, because you're comfortable with criticizing them. And it is sad because nobody's perfect, but it is hard to catch it because I know I criticize my boyfriend for a lot of things. Our parents criticize us for our decisions. It's normal. I think trying to focus on the positive and just letting things go is something that everybody can work on. And I think it's really rare for somebody to just be able to naturally be able to walk away and let things go, not let things bother you. And after reading this book and reading these parts, I really think it's going to help me personally be more aware of when I should walk away and try to apply it to my life. I think it can improve people's relationships, and it can improve your self-image and your self-concept. And I think it can really help all around. So thank you very much.